Second Cup is brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Care Center.
Hi, everyone. Good morning to you. It's 8 o'clock on the start of your Monday. Glad you're with us for Second Cup. Aaron's going to join us in just a second. Taylor is off. Aaron's making his appearance in her absence, so we're glad that you're with us. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to Megan and Oleanne Peters here, and Kelly as well. Okay, so things that we want to talk about this morning. Number one, this weather, because it's awful. It sucks. And the reality is summer is right around the corner, so we're going to talk about what it's going to feel like for the unofficial start of summer, which is anything unlike what summer should feel like. Then we'll also talk about nursing homes and the state of nursing homes in Erie County, in Western New York and beyond. So many people are going on strike this week because they want better pay, better staffing levels and wages. We'll talk lacrosse with the Bandits coming back for hopefully a three-peat this weekend. And then the Buffalo shelter, animal shelter, that is, because those conditions there are just deplorable, is what so many people are saying. Peter, glad you're with us. Thank you so much. I love this tie. It's brand new. I just got it. Actually, I think I've only worn it once, and I love it. I love the color. Thank you.
I noticed it this morning, too.
It feels bright, like refreshing, something completely opposite of what we actually have.
I know.
It's awful.
Yeah, the weather's it's a bummer. Like, we're getting there. Normal high 69 degrees. So we're getting close to where we should be in the 70s.
Right.
And we're obviously nowhere near that. Danielle says bring us some warmer temps. I wish. Danielle, you might want to close your eyes with this graphic. We have a frost advisory posted overnight. So from 2 a.m. on Tuesday until 8 a.m. on Tuesday, it'll be frosty for most of Western New York, Erie, Genesee, Wyoming, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, and Allegheny counties, especially inland away from Lake Erie. Overnight lows will be in the 30s. We have a couple of light sprinkles right now heading toward us. Temperatures in the 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Can't rule out a stray shower or two this morning. Look at these numbers. 49 in Buffalo,
Crazy.
50 in Dunkirk, 44 in Jamestown. Your hourly forecast becomes mostly sunny this afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 50s, but with clear skies and light winds. Look at tomorrow morning around 5 a.m. 36 in Buffalo, 32 in Holland, 32 in Wellsville, and mid-30s in Olean. So, you don't want to do any planning until Memorial Day, but sometimes we get a little anxious, and hopefully you just put some hanging baskets out and you can bring them back in, or maybe you bought a flat of annuals and you didn't put them in the ground yet. If you did do your planting, heads up, you're going to want to cover those tender plants up. And if you got some hanging baskets, put them in the garage for tonight.
Give us an idea what Saturday is looking like. Elizabeth wants to know, because I think, it's an unofficial start of summer this weekend, Memorial Day.
Yeah. And Saturdays in May, you tend to have a lot of parties planned. Right now, unfortunately, Elizabeth doesn't look that great. It's mostly cloudy, close to 60 with some scattered showers. No, I did not drop the F-bomb.
I think it means frost.
Oh, okay. I'm like, dude, don't even joke about that stuff. Yeah, I on purpose do not say bad words, so I would never say it on the air. Janet, you do not need the AC anytime soon. Carmen, I know you're not alone, as temperatures will be in the 30s tomorrow morning.
Yeah, over it. Tracy says frost is normal this time of year, but then temps come on. Will it be a warm summer?
So, Tracy, you are 100% right. Like, frost in the middle of May is totally a common thing. That's why we have frost advisories. So it happens quite a bit. Right now, your summer forecast, that June, July, August outlook does show temperatures above normal. So we just got to get there, well below normal this week, and even temperatures below normal next week as we kind of limp into June. But then we should turn the corner after that.
I was looking at your extended forecast, and well, seriously, like it says, below average into the first weekend of June, June 1st. Like, that's insane to me.
It's me too. And it's frustrating because I know a lot of you want to get outside and do things. Like, I have a triathlon June 1st. I'm like, oh, that water is going to be freezing.
Yeah.
Last year, water was great on June 1st. This year, I'm like, oh, do I buy a new wetsuit? I mean, we're talking like at Lake Erie's 55 degrees. I don't want to swim in that.
No. And you know what? Sometimes by this time it's a little bit warmer, but not much.
Exactly. I mean, remember when they did those concerts for Memorial Day? Was it Kiss the Summer Hello?
Oh, yeah.
How many?
On the canal side.
Yeah. How many of those was I like, well, the first day, one day you're going to need a jacket and it's going to rain. It's going to be 40. And then one year it'll be 90 and sunny. So it's May. It just kind of happens. And
I'll tell
And
you.
just going to have to be careful with your plants if you planted already.
Pride last year when I was hosting was freezing. It was cold. It was rainy. That's the first weekend in June.
That's right.
This year, there was really no festival, but in the parties on Friday and Saturday and Sunday leading up to it, you want it to be warmer. But
Once you start, once my 8 to 14 day outlook starts showing June 1st,
Yeah.
you do want warmer temperatures.
Right.
And I'm with you. And, we get those teaser days. And even Saturday, like the sun would come out, you'd be like, oh, it's so nice. And then the clouds would come in and it would pouring rain and
Yeah.
it'd get cold. And then it would get nice again. I'm like, come on, Mother Nature, help us out. But unfortunately,
she's a real mother.
yeah, watch out, Peter's going to be on you. And like the same pattern we had a couple weeks ago where it's just unsettled and gloomy and we have the rain off and on. That's what we're going to see Wednesday through Saturday.
Hate it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Bandits coming back to Buffalo
Oh.
for a winner-take-all series on Saturday. They lost last night, 11-10.
It's a close game.
I know. It's one of those games where you're like, okay, they had it and then just lost it.
Mhm.
Here we go.
Oh, the behind the back goal. That was amazing.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So they're coming back here for Saturday at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Tickets go on sale at 10.
Yeah.
And honestly, for Buffalonians, a chance to be there, part of the three-peat, and just witness that with a championship, which the Bandits have brought
Yeah.
to Buffalo. Like, I bet that place will be rocking. Plus, 4:30. That's perfect for me.
No
These
doubt.
8:00 games on a Sunday night, that was tough. I fell asleep with it on. It was like 5 to 5 when I fell asleep. So I tried. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday.
So, I agree with you, Linda. They wanted a home win. And I got to be honest with you. I think that the fact that they're coming home and have the opportunity, again, winner take all on Saturday, the fact that they're going to be in front of a home team crowd, this is going to be off the charts electric. And yeah, they want to win it at home. So good for them.
They started slowly Friday night as we watched that game, and they kind of started slowly last night too. So maybe they'll switch that up. Be like, let's come out a little faster
Sure.
and play our style as we head toward next Saturday. So I'm so excited for Saturday's game, and then Sunday you got the Buffalo Marathon too. You're starting to see the signs pop up.
Right. Yes.
And looks like the one thing you don't have to worry about is being overheated on
Mhm.
Sunday. So right now it looks like it'll be a cool Sunday morning for you racers.
All right. So if you want to buy tickets to be part of Bandit Land on Saturday, we've got a link for you. We can drop it in the comments here. I think tickets were starting at $55. So reasonable if you want to be in the stands. Hopefully watch the Bandits clench that three-peat, which would be huge for Buffalo and Western New York. Remember last year how fun it was after they won?
Oh, yeah.
It was like even the players were having a great time.
They were having a blast. I went 2 years ago when they won, and that was so much fun. Last year, a blast. And, this year is going to be just, it's just the energy of a winner take all. Like my favorite 2 words in sports, Game 7, which we had two on yesterday on TV. So that was fun to watch, one basketball, one hockey. And then for this is it. The last 2 teams standing, 1 game. Winner is happy all summer.
Right.
Loser's like, oh, I just could have done this differently.
Right,
Like you just would dwell on it for months.
Are you running on Saturday or Sunday?
I'm going to be a volunteer.
Okay.
I have a lot of races coming up where I want to save my legs for. I've got another Ironman coming up, so I don't want to do that. But I'm a big fan of giving back because without the races, volunteers,
There's
the
nothing.
races I go to don't happen. So I'll be there at mile marker 2 giving water and Gatorade.
What is that? Delaware and like North?
Yeah, it's
Somewhere
everyone's in a
around
pretty
there?
good mood still.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And then you loop back at mile 6. So
Yeah.
those at that point, a lot of people were like, "Whoa, what was I thinking?"
All right, kill me.
But mile 2 is amazing. You hear the gun, and you're like, "All right," and so that's 6:30. 10 minutes later, the leaders are blowing by you.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, I run a lot. I'm like, did that guy just go by? I didn't even see him.
These people who have no body fat,
0.
who have the longest legs in the entire world,
Fact.
and they can just go and go and go. Like, I don't know, like short and stubby here doesn't really go fast.
You passed me on the half marathon though a couple years ago, so don't discount yourself. You did great, and I don't know. I try to do in my workouts like sometimes do like some sprint workouts, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm running pretty quickly. All right, now do this for an hour
No way.
or 2 hours. Like, how do they do it?
It's crazy. From Bandits to Bills. This is also a huge season for the Bills.
So
We've
excited.
got the last one at Highmark Stadium, and tickets go on sale this week. Individual game tickets
Okay.
go on sale this week. But we were looking at prices a little bit earlier this morning, and when you consider the prices, a lot of people may not necessarily be able to afford it, especially at the season opener.
Well, I mean, is it the best day of the year?
I think so.
Okay, so we're 2 for 2. I thought maybe because you're good at arguing, maybe you were going to argue it, but I guess we don't have an argument with Edward today. So I am with you. Season opener. How many people from out of town come into town?
Well, and it's the Ravens too, so it's going to be a bigger game.
These are the 2 teams you're probably going to see in the AFC Championship game this year. So this is actually a really, really important game. I mean, Mark Andrews dropped that ball last year. If that doesn't happen, who knows what happens?
Sure.
And you got the 2 last year MVPs. It's just such a huge, huge game. And then you've got all day. Oh my goodness. Pace yourselves, everyone. But I think after the Bills home opener, Mondays should be that Monday after should be a holiday because we're gonna be so useless.
I want John to pull up the Ticketmaster prices because Johnny with the body in the back, he is looking and scouring for us this morning because what we saw was that ticket prices for this game in particular, that Sunday night game at 8:20, like over $350.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's selling? Because you said the tickets.
Well, so they're resale from season ticket holders.
And you're a season ticket holder, so you could sell your ticket
Correct.
for a huge increase. Right?
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
We're just want to go though. Like, why would?
Oh yeah, at least $300 to be there. Mark says, I talked to Ravens fans in Baltimore. They are coming to the game. So, okay, there you go. If they want to be there, this is the time.
You know what? If you want to drop your money early in the season, the weather's going to be nice. And it's well worth it, especially if they win. It's just you're hurting Monday at work. Like that schedule, not conducive for our morning shift. I'm like, Sunday night, come on.
Can I be honest with you? I took off that Monday. I'm waiting for it to be approved, however.
I know. Mondays I can't take off because we don't have enough people. So,
dicey territory.
Yeah, don't go there, Aaron.
Yikes.
So I'll be here, but
you'll be watching.
Hear how my throat is right now. That's probably how I'm going to sound that Monday after the game too. Yeah, I don't miss any games, no matter what. Those Thursday night games are tough too. The one Monday night game though in Atlanta, it's a 7:30 start.
Oh, perfect.
Or 7:50. I was like, yes. And then the first Thursday game against Miami, I do have a Friday.
Oh, good.
Because I'm going to my race, so I'm like, sweet. So I already looked up. Bill's Backer Bar on my way. I'll stop, find a place, watch the game, get up, and go.
Jackie says Bills are coming down here to play the Panthers in Charlotte. The cheapest ticket there is $200.
That'll be at least 50%
Right?
Bills fans. I mean, doesn't half of Western New York live in Charlotte already? Like seriously, how many people from oh no, you didn't go to high school here.
Sorry.
My high school, I have so many relatives who live in the Charlotte area and they're obviously huge Bills fans.
Right.
They're going. And anywhere from Jacksonville to Charlotte to Norfolk, like those people will go. Especially if the Panthers are bad again.
I mean, also $200. I mean, like everything is relative.
That's a lot
right?
too.
It's a lot, but relatively speaking, to like the $300 or $350 that you're going to pay here to come to a game, you can get probably a good seat for $200.
There's a lot more, like you're a little more energized when you're on the road in the opposing team's territory, and like you look around and like Bills fans everywhere, and they're singing the shout song.
Oh, it's awesome!
Like it is awesome, and the parking lots are amazing. When we went last year for the Miami game down in Miami, like the airport was red, white, and blue.
I love that.
Everywhere. It was awesome.
Isn't it crazy how you could go someplace, literally anywhere in the world, and you will see somebody wearing something Bills? They may not necessarily be from Buffalo, but you see it, and you walk up to them and you're just like, hey, go Bills. And they're like, go Bills. And that's the start of a conversation.
And all of a sudden you got a new best friend.
Right?
Yeah, my son was telling me he lives in Boston and he was wearing his Bills shirt and he's like, oh, Dad, I just left the gym. Guy rolls down his window and goes and holds out his hat, his Bills hat, and goes, go Bills. And
I love that.
they're just like, and that happens to him all the time.
It's so cool. It's like a big community. I literally, the Bills Mafia. Kelly says they always play the Jets in Buffalo. The last game of the season, I'll watch it from my couch. Thank you. Too cold.
Isn't Kelly a Jets fan? I feel like, aren't you a Jets fan, Kelly?
Woof. terrible.
Well, I feel like there's been a Kelly who likes the Jets, so I guess she'll let us know.
All right, Kelly. Yeah, weigh in here.
And the Jets fan last game at Highmark. Bills and Bonnie's fans are everywhere. Yeah, that's true. You see some Sabres stuff too. All right. See, I knew there was a Jets fan
Look at you, Aaron.
Who watched the second cup, and it's Kelly.
I knew you were dialed in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know every time I travel anywhere, I'm sure a lot of you do. You get something Buffalo related on.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go to Florida, there's Bills fans everywhere.
Oh yeah, my parents were in Japan. They found a Bills fan there.
No way.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That is awesome.
It's so like, do you purposely wear something Bills when you travel?
A lot of times I'll wear something Bill. That's a good question. Yeah, the Buffalo Gate when you're at the airport.
Always.
So last week when we were at my son's graduation and we came back and like, what gate are we at? I'm like, real easy. Look for the people who are dressed in Bills attire. And I'm like, oh, I think I had something New York on me. But yeah, like half the gate is wearing the Bill stuff. So it's always awesome to see.
I feel like it's really, I don't know, not important, but I feel like it is incumbent upon us as Western New Yorkers, as Buffalonians, to, when we travel, always rep the city.
Yeah, I have a Bills visor I like to wear.
Okay.
So I do that. And I'm not even joking. When we win the Super Bowl, I will be head to toes Bills championship gear for like a year straight.
Connie says, I always wear my Bills items, and yes, especially when I travel. Yeah. Anthony, glad you're with us. I always take my Bills jersey whenever I go on vacation. Jeanette says, I'll be wearing my new Bills tank in the Bahamas in 10 days. Can't wait to sport it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Peter was in New York City, and Bills fans that actually live in Hamburg. Oh, and met Bills fans who actually live in Hamburg. Okay. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Crystal always travels in Bills gear. And like, that's the thing. People think about Buffalo and they think, Bills, they think snow.
And chicken wings.
And chicken wings, right. But if you're here, you're an ambassador of the city in some capacity. And, I love wearing my Buffalo things. Actually, some of my Buffalo clothing is the most comfortable that I own.
Yeah, I've got like a 716 shirts that I wear to the beach too. And, there's, I know my son just got these cool Bills swim trunks.
Cool.
And I'm like, if he forgets them, that I've acquired them. Yeah. Yeah.
My dad actually has a WKBW hat. He's got Buffalo friends everywhere. It's so cool. People come up to him and he's like, oh, do you work for the station? No, my son does, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's cool.
He's like, who's your son?
Yeah, exactly. Ned Ranch. Don't tell him my real name. Marguerite, I'm still hesitant about wearing a shirt that says Mafia when traveling to Italy. Yikes.
Okay, well.
Understood.
Yeah.
When I go to Key West, I always have my Bills gear, including my sunglasses.
We saw a lot of, when we were in the Keys, we saw a lot of Bills gear.
Sure.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
Kelly, my husband, always wears his Bills everywhere. And yes, everywhere we go, people yell, "Go Bills." Love that.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess to Sherry's point, the colors are also patriotic. So it's easy to rep that, and be proud of where you live, but also, your country too. Peter says in Vegas, only the Bills are picked to win it all. All right. Let's not jinx that.
Yeah.
That would be huge.
Last bet line I saw was the Ravens were 1, Bills were 2. So that's why I think this first game is going to be awesome. The Ravens and Bills getting a lot of love this year. Chiefs have a super hard schedule and they do all that traveling. I think we did a story on that. And at some point they're kind of, I don't know, breaks and luck will have to run out.
Oh, so you mean because the refs cheat and, always go in favor of the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes bribes them? Not that I'm just, raising a point here.
I mean,
unconfirmed.
He certainly gets a lot of favorable calls this way. Yeah.
Larry says we're going to Bora Bora in June. Cool. Bills Mafia shirts will be worn. I love that.
Let's go.
I want to just bring up Kelly's comment because we want to thank him for his service. Kelly, what a guy. My son is leaving for the Navy June 23rd. My whole entire family is coming from the NYC area. I can't wait to show them Buffalo. That's going to be great.
Oh, that's very nice of your son. So we wish him the best.
Yes, we certainly do. I was at the Bills Mafia, not the Bills Mafia, the Bills experience on Friday. So we're season ticket holders. So we were invited in to potentially purchase season tickets for the new stadium. And it was pretty cool.
Okay.
You walk in, they get you hyped up with this massive hype video.
But
And
is it all like Josh just jumping over
it's
people?
like fans, it's the experience, like
Yeah.
it's the emotional connection that you have to the team,
Which we do.
and it's all front and center and on this 90-inch TV. So they sit you there for like 5 minutes, you watch the video, and you're like, okay, I want these tickets.
Here's my credit card.
Exactly.
Let's go.
So then they walk you through, they kind of give you a timeline, and they've got this beautiful model of the stadium. It's really cool. And you get to see where your seats will be. You get to sit in all the different kinds of seats. The one thing that I thought was really interesting,
Okay.
well, two things actually. Number one, everyone's going to have their own seat. Even if you sit on the bleachers right now, like in the 300s,
Yeah.
you sit on the metal
Yeah.
plank.
Oh, I know.
It's awful, especially in the winter.
So those aren't there anymore.
No,
Oh, good.
everyone's going to have their own seat.
Okay.
Isn't that cool?
I like that.
But then there's also going to be standing areas where you can, eventually they said buy a ticket and stand in those areas. So it would be like standing room only,
So you're part of the experience. And you know what? I'm a stander.
right?
Like during games.
Me
So
too.
that would be fine with me. Probably a little less expensive too.
Very
Get that, get your beverage,
right?
watch. And I feel bad, like being taller, I can kind of see over everybody. So
Whatever.
it's all, for me, it works out. And then I don't like sitting during the game is tough. Your knees start to hurt. And I have so much nervous energy that I gotta walk around a lot.
I know.
And so yeah, I love that idea. I didn't know that.
I do too. I thought that was really cool. Okay, point number 2 that I thought was really interesting.
Okay.
So on the outside of the stadium, they're going to have like these metal planks. They're like tin almost, but they've got holes in them.
Huh.
So the air is
Vents,
going
right?
to go blowing through and up instead of blowing and creating that swirling effect
Yeah.
that we have right now in the stadium. I was like, whoa, that's awesome.
That's an engineering marvel right there.
Right?
That's awesome.
The
Yeah.
people who think of this stuff, I mean, brilliant.
No, that is brilliant. So that, because walk downtown, all the
Right.
buildings, there's like these wind tunnels everywhere. So, you can disperse the winds and situate the stadium so it's not as, difficult to kick a ball.
Right.
And it's like, that'll be great.
And listen to this. I didn't realize this. The field is going to be heated.
Yes.
That's so cool.
So like field to be heated, so you don't have to deal with all the snow on the
Right.
field anymore. I did read that there, and the sound is going to be pushed down, right?
Mhm.
So you'll be screaming, and it's going to be so loud.
You're going to hear it for
Yeah.
sure.
Like that area will shake because, I mean, could you imagine like when they raise the Super Bowl banner
Oh,
next year, the first? I would pay more than $300 for that. Like I get teary just thinking about it. Yeah.
So no snow games. So there'll be snow games, but you know what? Like the people it's the 400s now at the new stadium. The people who are in the 400s will be covered, which is so cool.
Okay.
So yes, we did get the tickets. Who asked? Mark.
Are you 100, 200, 300?
We're 400s. We're all the way up in the nosebleeds, but
Okay.
it's totally cool because
Like what yard line?
you get we were at the 50-yard line in the old stadium. We're going to be at like the 35.
That's perfect.
yeah,
yeah.
in the new stadium.
I like it up there. Like being down low is nice because you can really just see the players and almost see the breath coming out
Yes.
and all that and see their faces. But being up top, you can see the plays develop.
Yep.
And
Who's open?
yeah.
I
yeah,
love that
yeah.
too.
I do too. I like when I go to hockey games, I like watching up top. Like you really see it's so fast on the ice, but up top you can really kind of see
Yep.
what they're doing. And same thing with football. So that's cool.
It's fascinating. And I will be completely honest with you. Like the tickets, we walked in there not expecting to buy them, thinking like, holy cow, these are really expensive. And they are expensive.
Yeah.
But if you look at it as an investment, we were like, okay, we're in because they win the Super Bowl or, somebody wants to be in the new stadium. You got to go through us.
It's going to happen. And it is going to happen in the next few years.
Right?
Like, Josh getting into the prime of his career. We've got him for a long time, and it's going to happen. Again, to win it all, you need a few bounces your way, and hopefully we'll get them this year.
God willing. I want to just give you, so yes, Sarah. So, okay, yes. So here's the deal. For our seats up in the 400s,
Oh, yeah.
the PSL is $2,000,
Okay, that's reasonable.
right?
Yeah.
So, you spread that out over a period of time.
20 years.
I think you have to pay it by a certain time.
okay.
But realistically, if you think about it as an investment, it could go up in value. They win a Super Bowl, you could get double that for.
And that gives
PSL.
that's your seat. So if there's
Right.
Taylor Swift comes to the stadium,
No.
Ooh. No.
But
I'm guessing you probably asked him a question.
Exactly.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, go Bills. Yeah. I gotta go
Sarah.
because it's 8:25 and I
Okay.
gotta get ready. But I'll see you in a few.
Okay, we'll see Aaron on TV in just a bit, and we'll pause so that he could do the forecast. Look, we're very fortunate to be in that position to be able to get that seat. So I'm thankful. I'm excited. It's a lot of money, period. But at the end of the day, if you look at it as a certain, like, you can will it to somebody. That I thought was also really cool, where, you could pass it along for generations to come. It'll be in your family. And I just think that's super cool. And the Bills are the lifeblood of this community. So Joyce, I'm cracking up. I can see better views of their back end sitting on my couch. Girl, I hear you. Peter, please, if Taylor Swift comes to Highmark, Ed would be her personal tour guide. Are you kidding me? I would be there in a heartbeat. That would just be so cool. We would be fast friends. I've actually had dreams that we became best friends. Peter, if I'm being completely honest, I have had those dreams 100%. Norm says you should own that seed and should be included with every event. I know. On one hand, see the value in that, but on the other hand, I'm like, okay, it's our seat for games. If there's an event that comes that's, not excluded, as they say, I don't know. I see both sides, I suppose. But I understand what you're saying, Norm. It is the Bills. I know. Congratulations. Okay. I'm excited. It's a great feeling to know that, you've got something to rally around and something to look forward to in the near future. So 2026 is our year, baby. It's just going to be huge for the Bills. Julie says, thanks for the beautiful weather reporting, Aaron. Love that. I do want to pause for just a second so that Aaron can get on TV and so that he can give us the forecast. But in the meantime, keep in mind that those individual game tickets go on sale this week, which is a huge deal. So if you are looking for something.
All right. Good morning, everyone. We have an issue here on the 90 eastbound. This is the ramp on the 90 eastbound to go to the 190 northbound in Cheektowaga. So a lot of congestion on the 90 from Route 400 all the way to that 190 interchange. That's about a mile and a half of congestion. Again, that's a disabled vehicle on the ramp from the 90 eastbound to the 190 northbound. You can see the trooper there on the site as they tend to that vehicle that is disabled. All right, it is cool outside right now. It's going to be cold tonight with frost advisories posted for most of Western New York overnight. So tomorrow morning, we're going to start off our day with some frost. Right now, we have a couple of showers out over the Niagara Peninsula moving toward us. So here in downtown Buffalo, we could be clipped with a brief shower. Grand Island as well, as these showers move off toward the southeast, run into some drier air and kind of fizzle out as the morning moves along. 49 degrees right now, winds out of the north at 7 miles per hour, 45 in Jamestown, 46 in Batavia. Your hourly forecast for today. Upper 40s right now with cloudy skies, low 50s by noontime, partly sunny, and then partly to mostly sunny this afternoon with highs in the upper 50s, winds northwesterly around 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, it'll be clear, it'll be cool. We'll have light winds allowing temperatures to really drop off. And tomorrow at 5 a.m., 36 in Buffalo, 32 in Holland, the freezing mark in Wellsville, mid-30s for Olean and Jamestown, Dunkirk 38, so a little warmer right along the Lake Erie shoreline. But you head inland and you're in the low to mid-30s, and that's why we have that frost advisory posted. Your forecast for today, temperatures will be in the upper 50s. Skies becoming mostly sunny this afternoon. Tonight, mainly clear and frosty, lows in the mid-30s. Tomorrow, temperatures in the low 60s with sunshine, and then wet weather returns for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with rain showers and temperatures about 10 degrees below normal.
Okay, so I want to talk about this comment here, Barb. No, I didn't, but I know exactly what video you're talking about, and here it is. This is the video, John. I'm going to bring this in. In the fall, with so many volunteers, and they were saying how deplorable the conditions were inside the shelter and that they really needed some help getting it, back in shape, and it was overcrowded. But then I saw this dog in particular, and he was adorable, a schnauzer, and my heart. I wanted this dog so bad, but no, we did not get him. I mean, some of the dogs that were there were just absolutely gorgeous and so kind, and they just need a home. Meantime, there obviously are politics going back and forth about who's going to do better to get the shelter up and running on a much more efficient level. Time will tell. Anyway, we got to get the show on the road here. Thanks so much for being with us on a Monday. We appreciate you. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a great day.